All right, so welcome again. My name is Maher Adib. I have a very long name, Ahmad Maher bin Maher Adib. So father's name, my surname, my grandpa name, so that is Malaysia. All right, so this is my son. Okay, those are the 3 kids that's been supporting me, the Wireshark stuff. So who is the most evil thing? The most getting always. The smallest one. Right. Okay. You see that, right? Okay. So I do have a pickup, but the slide I'm going to upload soon. So don't worry. Just bear with me. Okay. Just to give you a little bit of my background. So I'm flying from Kuala Lumpur to San Francisco. So it took me about 18 hours. Until now, I still feel jet lag. Okay. Malaysia right now is still sleeping, so I do feel morning. So just please keep me awake, right? Okay, so yep, from Taipei to San Francisco. Okay, so here we go. So those were the days. So it is a historical moment yesterday. I've been playing with Ethereum since 2000. So this is the first email that I've sent to the Ethereum group. So Research Shark, I've been honored to meet Research Shark yesterday. Just imagine, as you can see, right, from my email, right, it is more on security. I can monitor my users, but in order to monitor, so at that time, my mind was start thinking, wow, this subscribe, okay. So those were the days. Yes, I've been working before this in the service provider environment. So been 10 years doing core, MPLS, VPN, Metro E kind of stuff. After that, I moved into enterprise, and then I ventured into my own company doing packet analysis, troubleshooting, network forensic, security testing, and so on. All right. So my job is every day to look at PCAP. So it's kind of boring job. Yes, I do have 16-inch TV. I do have lots of monitors to see. So this is my life. It's all about Wireshark, PCAP, everyday PCAP. So it's kind of bored. You guys are okay with PCAP? All right, cool. All right, so this is what my company thinks I'm doing. All right, okay. What my customer, when you see your customer, you have to wear proper attire. All right. So actually, sometimes when I cannot troubleshoot or I do not know what to do, you just take it off. Because when you do packet analysis, it requires a lot of thinking. It requires a lot of argument. It requires lots of logic, right? Okay, so I'm a fan collector of Shark, any Shark, whatever, all by all means, from Lego, from toys, merchandise, or whatever. That's why I collect every. This is my 3rd SharkFest. Previously I was here, 2015, 2016. 2018 in Asia. Has anyone been to SharkFest Asia? Oh yes, okay, alright, SharkFest. Okay, alright. So when we talk about Wireshark, I've been noticed, right, in Twitter, in Facebook, in media social, people put a snap, right? So it's kind of like interesting, like, hey, why from Wireshark you can turn into something, alright? So this is what I'm seeing, alright, from security, from everything. So just imagine, the most important thing, what I noticed is the output, right? It's all about, Wireshark, DDoS, Trojan, malware, what else? FireEye, FakeNet, all this kind of thing. All right, WPAD, what else? And then the SMB, everything. Okay, everybody use Wireshark. Okay. All right, so you have a friend, Wireshark. This is me during the troubleshooting. So basically, sometimes things gonna be happen, things can be bad. Those me during the standby. Got to standby for my customer. There is an anonymous attack. You just imagine. But what kind of I'm interested in that you have all firewalls, you have all those. You invest so much money, and yet you are not feel comfortable, right? So things that you need to have some background knowledge about network, about security, about application. And then it is easier for you to do packet analysis. I know, for those beginners, you feel that when you capture packets, right, there's so much tons of information, right? Sometimes you do not know where to pinpoint, kind of thing. So it is better you take one at a time. Alright, I'm going to walk through you. Alright, so this is the real scenario. I've been called, always happen like this. You have network diagram, you have visibility guide, you have firewall. At the end, that's me. People call me during the emergency. Then just load up Wireshark. That's it. So it's full of malware, full of CNC data center. So just scrub it out. All right. So objective of this workshop is to get you guys to understand what is packet analysis. But my concept is I like to intercept, listen, discover, and be evil. Be evil, something that you think out of the box. For example, I've been capturing. I'm not sniffing the wireless, but I've been capturing passively. So imagine I can get all the information, all the cabros, all the information, all the IP address. You're flooding iPads, iPhones, BlackBerry. They still have BlackBerry? They still using it? Okay. So all the names can be flooded. Alright. So this workshop is a hands-on workshop, and then is a beginner. Alright. So intercept, listen, discover, and be able. So those are my motto for today's workshop. Alright, so I want you guys to fire up your Wireshark, turn on and capture. Listen to any interfaces. I think you guys join SharkFest. The SSID would be SharkFest, right? Okay, everybody join the SharkFest SSID. Alright. Alright, so let's do this. Okay, fire up. So, normally this is what I do. I always capture and look. Take a 5 minutes, 10 minutes walk inside the packet. Just go one by one and then see what are the things that you can see. Maybe mine would be different, but there is something that information that is repetitive. For example, LLMNR, TCP, SSDP. So kind of like, hey, this is interesting. Have you guys heard like LLMNR, LLDP kind of thing? Have you captured on your own traffic before? Okay, all right, that's good. Okay, so from here, normally, what do you do? What do you do from here? Once you capture, you just look, and Wireshark see you. You see Wireshark see you. Doesn't work, right? So you got to do analysis. So you got to select which protocol that you want to do analysis. Once you select that protocol, and then think outside of the box, be evil on it. Alright, so now, for example, I saw some BJMP. What does it mean? Do you guys have this one? BJMP? It looks like interesting. Do you guys have it? Is it the same? I'm joining the SharkFest 18US. Yep, right. Don't you see that something that it is interesting, or something that you want to look up? Alright. So my profile is kind of I like to see this one first as the dashboard. You might want to customize, for example, like packet bytes and packet details. Okay, so by default you will have all this view. You will have all this bytes view, right? By default, right? Okay, so basically I'm not interested yet at the packet bytes. I'm not interested yet at packet detail. I just want to passively discover. Passively. Alright. So when you find something interesting, right? Sorry. Okay. So I remove. I saw some BJNP. What does it mean? Okay. So let's see. Let's do some filtering. Oh. Okay. Oh, printer discover. Wow. What can you see from here? What can you see from here? Printer? Okay. 224.0.0.1 belongs to multicast. Is printer running multicast? Discover messages possible. Yeah. Alright. So let's have a look. Once you select the protocol, alright. Once you select the protocol, let's have a look at packet details. Okay. Let's have a look at the packet detail. Canon, discover. Oh, okay. So is it Canon? Discover command, discover kind of thing. So these are the sort of thing that I always apply to my packet analysis. I select which protocol and I do review and I do checking. And then if you look at here, the packet and display, and it is start to increase. So now try to find the most top protocol that flooded inside your packet capture. So how do you do that? Normally, I like to use statistic. Alright, so clear first your display filter. Go to the statistic. Alright. If I'm too fast, please stop me. Alright. protocol hierarchy. All right. So anyone has a problem so far? Okay, so far doing great. All right. Okay. So I like to do this. Okay. So now, when you do protocol hierarchy, right? It is something interesting. Wow. I just noticed some Canon, SSDP, Cisco wireless LAN. Wow. NetBIOS, NTP, Quick. All right. There is an AO2.1 authentication. All right. So for Wireshark, right, you can double click. Everything is clickable. This is what I like, which is the topmost packet. Right. Is it the same or similar, right, with your packet captures? All right. Let's say, for example, one of my favorite protocol that before I do any engagement, I just want to look at the boot P. What is a boot P? DHCP, right? DHCP. DHCP is you want to get automatically IP address, right, from your devices. Okay. From the DHCP, what can you tell us? What can you tell inside the boot P? This is where protocol analysis came into the picture. For example, okay, source. Expand this packets view. Now, there is a DHCP messages, DHCP client, hostname, vendor class identification. Okay, now, start to expand. So, I like Wireshark have the capability of right click. So, just right click anywhere, expand all. Alright, expand. Okay, and then scroll. So, I like to see, for example, now, when you do packet analysis, right, select the field that you feel that it is interested to you. For example, host name. Oh, okay. Vendor class identifier. Oh, Microsoft. So these are the things that I always do. Okay. For example, right click, apply as column. Right click, apply as a column. I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I'm looking at for something. Look. So you have host name, you have vendors. So how do you look at your Wireshark right now? So it gives you some information, right? Instead of you looking at packets detail. So I like to put everything inside the dashboard. So that's why I have 60-inch TV. Alright. Everything you put in the dashboard. Alright. I'm not kind of person that to go one by one. Alright. Okay. So those are the things. But before we do that, okay, this is the most important thing, especially on the security, right? Of course, the intercept. Intercept requires you to get the data. All right. Before you do any analysis, of course, you must acquire the data, regardless how you do it. Whether you use tabs, you use man in the middle, you use port mirror. As long as you got the data. Can I see the PCAPs? Do you have a PCAP? If you ain't PCAP, it doesn't work. It doesn't happen. Like those are the terms that we always see. All right. So what kind of tool? Yeah, you can build up your own. You can buy. There are so many vendors out there. So I've been testing lots of net optics, SharkTab, the latest one from Hack5, Dualcom. So there are so many things. All right. So once you acquire the data, so this is the best part. You have to be in the transit. All right. You have to be in the transit to know. All right. What you are doing right now, we are capturing from our laptops. So we can't see others yet. So you got to be in the middle. How you got to be in the middle? So there are 3 types of it. So you use tabs. All right. So in this situation, regardless, of course, our topic is for Wireshark, but if you can use Bro, Snot, TCP dump, or Surikata, or Network Miner, it's the same. All right. So beside tabs, you can do port mirror. So I think you guys normally do port mirroring, right? All right, that's good. But not too good if a very high speed link. So just be careful what you are doing. All right. In the event of when you are doing like penetration testing, you are doing like interception. So these are the typical that normally security guy do. Wherever you intercept, you fake the MAC address, and then all the traffic's going through you. All right. So before we do that, let's have a goal. When you are doing packet analysis, sometimes you got carried away. I see this, I see that, and then you tend to lost, right? So have goal in your mind. Like for example, I heard in my country, normally people want to use Wireshark, they want to hack Facebook, they want to hack Gmail, kind of thing. So it doesn't work that way. You need to understand how the traffic travel, how the traffic path moving. All right. So this I get it from Jasper blog. So which is good. So if you want to be capturing Facebook username, password, or Google, Gmail, I think the offices is near. All right. Good luck. I mean, you guys, you have to be physically connected. All right. So what if the traffic you are sniffing is not going through you? So those are the considerations that you need to take off. All right. Once you have that thing, yes. So these are the common things that every newbies do, right? So we are kind of like, what's going on? What's the packet? Because sometimes packets are moving too fast, right? So stop. That's why Wireshark has the button stop. So please use that button stop. All right. So don't worry. You will scroll down. All right. Once, what I'm saying is that it's not just look, but you need to listen carefully. Listen. So as you can see, right? What do we have here in the slide? What protocol are running right now? I got OSPF. I got HSIP. I got spanning tree. Also, these are the protocols that we can misuse or we can manipulate. All right. Remember, Wireshark is not a penetration tool. It's a packet analyzer. From packet analyzer, you turn into penetration tool. That's where the evil start to come in. All right. Okay. Good. All right. Now, these are the sort of problem. To discover, it's not that easy. I know. We got to learn all the protocol, the RFC, right? Okay, my good friend at the back is an RFC guy. So he's been coaching me about RFC. So you guys need to read as well the RFC. RFC 1918, RFC 792, 793. Oh my God, I am in the wrong class. No, any packet analysis need to understand the basic protocol. Because from basic, you know, from the normal, the connection, then you know what is not normal. It's just the reverse side of it. Okay. Right. So now, let's see. So we have ARP. So how many of you know about ARP? Yep, that's good. ARP request, ARP response, right? I have ARP request, ARP response. But if there is ARP request and no response, what does it tell you? Because Wireshark doesn't have a button to have an answer. You guys have a button to the answer. This is what I find during the 18 years ago. So there's no answer button. So you need to do analytics at your own based on the information. Okay, for example, TCP handshake, right? You see three-way handshake, right? Sync, act. If you see sync, act, if you see acknowledgement, if you see like reset, what does it tell you? Is somebody standing inside my network? If you capture it behind the firewall, what does it tell you? Is my firewall is working correctly? Or if you capture before the firewall, on the WAN link, for example, of course, the attack start coming in, right? You have a firewall. But if you capture behind the firewall, when you compare that two traces, the same, what does it tell you? Is my firewall is not working? Or is it the same? So those kind of argument that you need to have. Alright. Okay, so this is my I always like to do profile, because profile will make your life easier when doing troubleshooting, when doing security, when doing application. So please use profile so much. All right. So I have so much profile, which is wish. All right. So you can design your profile, your wife, my dad, my boss, everything. I hate this guy. So those are the sorts of things. And then the best part about Wireshark, before this, you have. This is what I call the power of right click, right? Every single field, you can right click. All right? So you can right click. Okay. So now, when we focus about security, right? Where do you look at? That's the most important thing. So field value, patterns, payload, timing, and so on. So, okay. So let's do, open up the trace file office_laptop. All right? So everybody open up this trace file. Okay? Let's do this together. Alright? And normally, when I got a PCAP, always my customer asks me, hey, tell me what's wrong with this PCAP? Do I have a security issue? Do I have a network issue? Do I have a whatever issue? I don't know what I'm getting on. Alright, so open up office_laptop. Okay? If you guys have any problem, just let me know. Okay. Pardon? Oh, okay. All right. Sorry. So for those who came just now, so this is the trace file. All right. Okay, open up, and I give you about 5 to 10 minutes. Try to do on your own. What's going on inside this pickaxe? Try it. It's no right and wrong answer. It's okay. Try. All right. So people are down here are okay. You guys okay? All right. Okay. I think we should provide something back or something. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's open up. Okay. Stop. Office laptop. Okay. Oops. Right. Okay. Okay. Anyone has an issue to open up the case? Okay. I think so. Do you find something strange, something not working, something not supposed to, something does not follow RFC, something different? Okay, try. I always, one of the tips that I always talk to my colleagues or friends, I always do OSI layer. So I start with layer 2 first. What is layer 2 inside the protocol that you can see? KRP, right? Up. Okay, start with up. And then start moving forward. TCP, start moving forward. UDP, and so on. Alright. So those are the guidelines that I always follow. Because there are too many things to look at. So you start with OSI layer. Start with layer 2. And then you go up as go along. Okay. For example, right? ARP. Up. Okay. Aha. So now, let's turn off this packet details. Okay, let's go through. Wow. How many up? 45.4%. Okay. Who has? Wow. Okay. What can we see here? I know there's a Cisco Meraki there. Alright. Novell. I'm not sure which device. Running Novell. Do we still have Novell? A couple years ago, right? But surprisingly, wow. Okay, this is something that wow. Okay, 45.4%. Ooh, not bad. Are they trying to contacting this foreign IP? 170. Has anyone checked 170 belongs to who? How do you check normally? Is this IP belongs to who? So normally, as a veteran in service provider, I love to go to the bgphe.net. Alright, so basically, you take this IP address here, or you can cut and paste. Definitely, I'm not doing it. So right click, I always do this. Right click, copy, value. Alright, when you copy this value, and then you paste here, search. So Hurricane services, during my service provider, they got almost the latest update, but not that real time. But at least you know who owns this network block. Please wait. All right. So let it be. Isn't that strange, right? You have ARP. Has anyone been to Laura class? Right? You learn, right? Shouldn't we see only locally? Yep. Alright. That's good. Okay. So what kind of IP address are we having this? Did not return. If Northern you pardon? Northern Track. I don't know where. But if you see in BGP table, if you have the ability to see in your global route. You happens to have a BGP router. When you do a show route, see where that router belongs, where the AS number belongs to. All right, it's kind of interesting. This is once that I found it in my CCTV camera. So we buy a super cheap CCTV camera. So it's kind of like interesting why they keep flooding all these things. Maybe some programming errors, or maybe the developer just did it just like that. But from security perspective, when you have a foreign IP address which is not connected, right? So something that trigger your mind. Either you take off or remove from the network or shut it down. Right? If let's say this IP address come alive, so is there a possibility they want to do connection? It might be, because they are ARP. Because ARP start at layer 2. Once you have the capability of layer 2, you are moving to IP layer. And most likely IP layer, if you don't have any firewall or whatever, definitely you're going to have a TCP connect. So this is a good finding. Okay, once, try to find another protocol. What else do you see from here? Okay, by the way, if you look at here, always when you do something like this troubleshooting, so don't forget to put the buttons, ARP. Okay, so anytime when you want to go back, you just click the ARP. So always use this display button filters. If you don't want anymore, just right click. Ooh, thank you developer for doing this. Just disable or remove. Alright, during the time you have to go through preferences, you have to go through filter buttons, and you got to delete from here. So now you can right click. That's the power of right click. Right click everywhere in Wireshark. Alright. Okay. So ARP. So this is ARP. So what else can we see? How about DNS? Has anyone checked on DNS? Can you filter DNS? How about DNS? What can you see? Oh, by the way, if you're not interested, let's say for example time, right? Time you can just turn off. Yep. For the sake of. Yep. You can customize your own. Alright. So what can you see on DNS? What can you find? Is there a repetitive? Yep. Is that a repetitive? Wow. Okay. Interesting. Query the same. Do they query the same? Is it going to get the same IP address?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
That's the same IP that's been trying to do a TCP connection.
TCP connection. All right. So during the DNS, I always love to take the queries. So if you look at here under the queries, just highlight, right click, apply as a column. So now you can have all these things. So it gives you more flexibility when navigation a Wireshark. Right click, select any field that you feel that it is interested to you. Once you develop this thing, you have the confidence. Okay. Beside DNS, anything? What else? Beside DNS, don't forget statistic. Don't forget we have statistic. You can go through right all this 5,269. I wish you all the best to scroll one by one. I've been doing that. I know 10,000, 100,000. I've been doing that for the past what? But that is experience. But at least you guys need to learn how to use statistic, filter to save your time. All right. So now let's go to protocol hierarchy. Okay. What else can we see? SSDP. Is there any people running OpenVPN? So one of the things you can highlight this one. Okay, highlight to select the protocol. Right click again. Right click. Okay. So these are the shortcut keys that I always apply. Right click, right click. So I need a mouse basically to do this. Right. Okay. Right click, right click. Okay, apply as a filter. Select. So once you select, okay. So now it's been highlighted at the background. Oh, okay. This is interesting. OpenVPN multicast. Multicast 239255. What kind of multicast is this? SSL? Source specific? I don't know. 239? 239, the multicast address, right? Winner? Pardon? Globe address?
No.
Nope. Globe global? Scope global, okay. Local. Alright. So it's kind of interesting to have this multicast. Wow. Message packet area. This is something. Maybe at this stage, you are not so sure. But try. Beside OpenVPN, what else can we see? Is there any HTTP? Now you start working up, right? You start moving up. Just now, we do what? ARP, DNS, what else? Any TCP? How about TCP, the most basic thing? Do I see some retransmission? Right. Okay. Is there anything on the transmission? Is it the same? When you scroll right up, this is the best part I always do. I am looking for a pattern. Okay, what? From here, what can you see? What are the things changes? If you scroll down, you scroll up. Just like if you watch Karate Kid, right? The things that you need to do up, down, before you do the karate kind of thing, right? Okay. Define port, right? Source port is changing, right? Yeah, so this is something. Patterns. So look at patterns. Look at things. The destination port is the same. Okay, but the source is keep changing. So that means IP 192.168.0.1 are trying to connect to 83.46.153.69. So what kind of IP address? Okay. So basically, if you have a plugin from MaxMind, right? Definitely you are able to, hang on, do I have a plugins? Nah, I don't have. Okay. Okay. Beside that, what else can we see? Is there anything? Another one. Oh, okay. Retransmission again. Okay. So put it as TCP. Alright. So this is how you're going to work. This is how I always practice. See something, add to the shortcut button, add to the shortcut button, add to the shortcut button. And then you will have a full list, tons of it. Okay. So far, everything okay? Big silence here. Okay. You guys understand? Okay. Alright. Cool. Okay. So beside that, SMB. Do we still have SMB? Of course. We live in Microsoft world. Everybody got to share files, right? What kind of file that we share? What kind of file? So now start filtering. What do we have? SMB1, SMB2? Start to filter. SMB. Oh, okay. Negotiation, logging, log off. Okay, I saw some names, some servers, some lists, some backups. Okay. What else? Is there any interesting? Go through. Yes, you have to go through all these things. Got to scroll down. Okay, destination. Is there any error? Look for something that interests. Error, message, log, cannot connect. All those kind of sorts of messages. Alright? Then apply as a column. For example, there is a success. Okay? Try to scroll. Yep. Backup server. Do we have a backup server? I don't know. So sometimes it's very interesting when you do this analysis. You find that this is not belongs to my servers, right? So it is interesting to find. Yeah? All right. So beside that, what else? SSDP. Do we have SSDP? Oh yes, we do have SSDP. So what IP address is now? It's IPv6, right? What kind of IPv6? Kind of IPv6 FE80. Oh yeah, link local. Oh yeah, it's local. So do I have a dual stack here? Well, chances maybe. By default, we turn on Microsoft, right? We click on the IPv6 stack. All right. So, but the most important thing, I saw this. Wow, there's a peer. So if you remove your SSDP, some of the Microsoft product does not work. The best part is I bought an Xbox and suddenly when I boot up my Windows machine, it connect. So I was so surprised. Hey, how can you know? How can you connect pop-up into my export, right? Oh, you have machine, all these connected, all these devices. So what kind of messages are these things running? SSDP, so don't turn off SSDP. But we can manipulate SSDP, turn into DDoS. That's kind of interesting, right? Right. But you need to understand what kind of protocol. So if you are not using this protocol, just disable. Similar like LLMNR. Do we have LLMNR? Nope. Okay. Oh, there is a Dropbox. Okay. So these are the sort things that I always validate and do. Okay, any questions so far? Any question or ideas, or maybe you want to share how things, or maybe you have a better way to do things. All right. Okay.
I was curious actually.
Yep.
In that packet trace,
Okay.
you can see SYN packets, but there's no SYNAC.
Okay.
Trying to get to the one you pointed out, it was like it looked like an army dot something.
It's a DDoS. It's a botnet. One of our office laptop is infected and started flooding. But luckily we have a firewall to drop.
Oh, okay.
Luckily, just imagine. Luckily.
So it wasn't so much like a bad DNS record. It was actually action
Yes.
on your part of your firewall.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Right, so now let's move to the next one. Oh yeah, Maple Tree. Oh, anybody stay at Maple Tree? I believe so. All right, so don't worry. I'm not capturing you guys' packet, but just boot up Maple Tree in. So just see whether your device. Yes, sir.
Quick question on that previous capture of the Novell MAC address. That looks suspicious to me.
Correct, sir. Yes. We bought this one of the CCTV. It's super duper cheap. So it's kind of interesting that I fire up my Wireshark and see the Novell, and we were hunting for hours day. Do we have a Novell? Do we have a Novell? No, we are using Windows. Since when we use Novell? All right. So that kind of interested. So and then another part is they are for 170, which is not our local lab. Those are things that. So normally when I Google up, I see there are few people also have the same issue. So this is a global issue, which is it's a developer, something that they don't do correctly kind of thing. So either you want to remove, or if you have a firewall, it is not connected, but it's up to you. Once you know how the protocol works. All right. So now open up your Maple Tree -in. Wow, Maple Tree, and look for something. You guys can open it. Okay. Anyone stay at Maple Tree? I'm very scared. Don't worry. I'm not capturing. It's just a passively. So these are the different. When you capture passively, or you are in the middle of the transit. It's different. Okay. I'm not doing any ARP spoofing. Nah. It's just a basic one. Okay. This is not a pen test class kind of thing. Just to look at from packet, what can you find? How can you do? What can you think of something? What can you manipulate out of it? Okay. So let's open up Maple Tree. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Okay. It's quite similar, right? Oh, but I have a IGMP. Okay, IPv6. Oh, okay. Dropbox, MDNS. I have a client. So what else can you see? Use and apply the same technique, the same concept. Pick any protocol, pick any whatever that you choose, and try to dissect, apply as a caller, and see. Is there any error? Is there any pattern? Is there any things that are repetitive? Those sort of things. But I'm kind of curious with this MDNS. Do you really need MDNS in the first place? I saw some iPhones. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, Yova iPhones. Alright. So I have his MAC IP address. I have his, oh, okay, running apples. Okay, it's kind of interesting, the messages, right? So our devices are broadcasting, our devices are multicasting. So as a security, you know, oh, the device is broadcasting, the device is multicasting. So is it, do you need a limitation, do you need a firewall to block that? Or you need to turn off some features? So it's up to you. From packet analysis, then you can translate whatever you want in your devices, in your security or whatever. TXT or team. Okay, team, this is your MAC address. What else do we see? Oh, MacBook Pro. Are you running some AD or something? So those are signatures. Right. Because security, I'm looking at different perspective. Yeah, we have security like malware, like all those Bitcoin kind of stuff, right? But this is something on the other side of the world. Right. Flashing 40%. MDNS contain 40%. Wow. That is interesting. Is it normal? How normal is not normal? Sometimes that question always pop up my mind. Is it normal? Is it not normal? Well, have a look. During the deployment, I always put up in the staging server, and then I just capture the packet. I just look at it, see whether they want to connect to other IP address, they want to have a multicast, they want to have a broadcast. So just do that. So do we have a boot P? Oh yeah, we have. All right. So apply the same. Now, if you have that profile, if you develop that profile, you should be able to go back. Okay, now let's see if I put boot P. All right, just call boot P, and then field, select the field that you want. Oh, 90 days. Oh, there is a question for packet challenge, right? 90 days. Before 90 days, right? So you can apply the same technique, right? So host name, all right, apply. IP address, apply. That's where you kind of like get off. You know, you need some extra monitors. Okay, so wow, Apple Watch, interesting. Apple Watch. Oh, okay. So Apple Watch has a TCP/IP stack. So is there any vulnerabilities yet? You know, that kind of concept. Now you start thinking, you start having the devil in your mindset, right? Oh, this device, that device, start to discover. All right. So, normally they request 90 days IP address, requested IP address. Oh, we know that they requested IP address. So can we automatically assign, or can we fake the address or something? So those are the thought of mine. All right. What else can you see? Pardon? Is there any? All right.
It looks like a lot of things are looking for 10.0064.
10.0064. Who is 10.0064? Those are interesting. So if you find something interesting, put it. This is 10.00 dot. Sorry, sir.
It is 10.0.0.64, but
64.
I don't
Okay.
think it shows up as a destination.
Oh, it shows as destination, is it?
Apple_91. If you look at ARP, you can see it.
Oh, okay. ARP. All right.
In some cases, it's, the source is going to the Apple MAC address as a destination.
So is that?
And then in other cases, it's the original.
All right, correct. Yep. So the Apple is kind of trying to broadcast. So we can see that this is a 10/ from ARP. You can see the subnet, right? You can estimate what kind of subnet are they having, right? Is it a big broadcast storm? Because Wireshark doesn't tell you, oh, we have a big broadcast party storm. No, you got to have that knowledge on networking. That means when you see that, why these things are moving? This the third octet. Oh, okay. This first octet or the last octet. So it might be maybe 10/16. 10/24. So look at ARP request. Okay. Okay. That's what I like about when doing packaging. You have so many questions, so many. Maybe it's this, maybe it's that, maybe like this, maybe like that, right? So we are trying to find what the possibilities are. Because sometimes we don't have a direct answer, actually. When I do lots of packet analysis, I do, especially on security, I just don't know why. But I see the traffic. I see it is multicasting. How do you stop? Turn off Wireshark. No, you cannot turn off. It's just a packet analyzer. Alright? You got to turn off on the devices. Alright? So these are the messages that you see. Okay. But from here, are you able to do ARP spoofing? Might be. Because you know ARP, right? ARP can be spoofed, right? You have a default gateway, right? You've got the MAC address, right? So this class does not cover on the how to do ARP spoofing, but the idea is that you have the ability to do that. Got it? All right. Okay. How about IPv6? Do we have IPv6? Have you run some of the tools, right? THC or IPv6 testing security tools, IPv6. So based on this, okay, they are running Palo Alto. Okay. So if they have IPv6, were you able to blast or DOS with the IPv6? Possible. It may, because you have a protocol support. But if you don't have protocol support, how do you going to test? Doesn't work, right? So before you launch any attack or before you launch any security penetration testing tool, you need to understand what happens inside your network first. That's why when doing security testing, I always spend at least 1 week, 2 weeks, just to understand what is inside your network, what is inside your infrastructure. I don't want to blindly run nmap, all those garbage stuff, go attack without nothing. So customize your attack tool, customize your evilness. Don't simply just launch, I know how to use nmap, I know how to use Metasploit, click, deploy. That's it. No, you got to customize based on the information that you have in your packet, in your trace file. Okay. So I hope you do better after this. When you do testing, when you do security testing, you know what payload, what packet you are sending. If you want to send IPv6, but my network does not support IPv6, do you expect that to be work? Definitely not, right? So you must have IPv6 inside the network. All right.
Can we look at packet 3060?
Pardon? 3000.
3060.
Go to packet 3060. All right, this. Oh, okay. Is it yours? No, sorry. Just joking. Nah. Okay. Sorry. Hang on. 3060. Go to the packet. All right. Okay, it is an ARP. Hang on. Let me turn on the numbers. All right. Okay.
So on mine, when I'm looking at it, for the source, instead of a MAC address,
Okay.
it says "Stop looking at me, creeper."
Pardon? What's that? Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Stop looking. Oh, this is. Do you turn on your name resolution?
I was playing with.
Oh, you
yes.
was playing. Okay. You must have some history. I don't know.
It's your packet file, not mine.
I don't know. That one I captured at Maple Tree. Whoever stay at Maple Tree. For those who want to test, if you want to do this, normally I don't like to resolve. But if you resolve this network address, you should be able. So that means, hang on, somebody is noticing what I'm doing. You see? So now we are catching the bad guy are catching me. Which is good, I know. Maybe, I don't know. Wow. Thank you, Matt, for your stickers. That's the only one that I have from Malaysia. All right.
So was this actually captured out of Maple Tree randomly?
Oh yes.
That's awesome.
Check the time. Okay, now go to the time. Now go to the time frame. Okay. Wow, arrival time, June 26, which means yesterday. Last night. Oh yes, I just finished my slide. Just imagine. Always, as a presenter, I always like to do the last minute time. Okay, what else? Which is good. Which is good.
I have to reload the file.
Josh, okay, Josh. Woohoo, text. But sometimes this MDNS give you the payload, the IP address. It kind of interested me to look into deeper and deeper and deeper, right? So don't forget, for example, right, you need to look at, like, for example, okay, MDNS, for example, okay, what kind of the, IP address does not. So if you don't have a DNS, you should be able to connect. You see RFC 67, 62, this is your bedtime stories if you can't sleep, all right? So now you can see the payload, the query type, okay? All right. So those are the sort. I think you can do right click, protocol, YKey protocol page. It will automatically open up. I'm not sure. I haven't used this. All right. Okay. Hey, there's so many protocol MDNS. The page does not exist yet. Okay. We got to talk to the documentation guy. All right. Okay. So, is there any running on Chromecast? Do you guys have a Chromecast? Okay. All right. So those are sorts of things. Okay. Now, open up a PCAP for this HTTP request and response, and look for normal and look for abnormal. Try to find headers. All right. Try to open up this HTTP request response.pcapng. Okay. What can you find? All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So I know there's a D-Link, there's an Apple machine, okay, all these sorts of things. Apply as a column, right click, and sort based on that columns. It's a very colorful world, right? You have different colors. Yeah, everybody have different perspectives, different colors. Like for myself, right, I always, when I do some, especially to the new customers, right, I always do this. Some tips. Oh, sorry, not this one. I have so many Wireshark versions. Okay, I always like to do this. Switch to consultant job, so everything is in red. So what happens with you go to the customer, to the C-bot, normally they say, wait, what happened? Red is always problem. Green is always good. You know, that kind of stuff, but it's kind of interesting. Hey, how come it doesn't show the red? It should be red. But if you ping or something, it should be okay. Right? So now, it is flooding. Wow. Okay. Keep it on. So we open up, what? Just now? HTTP. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, oh, there's the red. Oh, I got to change my profile. The default. Tada. So how cool is that? When you're running profiles. So profile really helps my job. Seriously. And you guys should be practicing using profiles. Okay, now let's look at here. HTTP. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, get, request, post. Those kind of HTTP you need to know. Alright. Okay, now, okay, I'm not interested yet at the packet bytes. I'm not interested at the packet details yet. Hang on. Just a glance through, see, is there anything, the red color. I use everything, whatever inside here. Oh, acknowledgement. Wow, how many fields that? 84K, wow. 84K, okay. When you have HTTP, my interest is look at the HTTP payload. So, this one of my favorite display filter, HTTP request, piping, or HTTP response. I just want to see request, respond. So when you request, not modified. When you get, okay. When you get this thing, it's not okay. Alright, so, okay. So go through. Woo. All these things. Not found. Ooh, interesting. Not found, not found, not found, not found. Wow, it's a repetitive. Right? Pardon?
Looks like somebody's doing an attack.
Yes, look like somebody doing attack. Okay, now, this is the best part. You capture directly. So what happened to your security devices? So that means the packets are already travel inside your networks. So it depends where you capture. Alright. So now try to pull it off. Okay. Try to use view packet details. Okay, use packet detail. Okay. Now we are focused on the HTTP, right? So look at HTTP. Okay. What I always do, I always like to see host apply as a column. I always like to use user agent apply as a column. That's where I need 60-inch. So just imagine. I got to make it font smaller. Okay, woohoo. Okay, now let's scroll. Let's scroll. Okay, wow. I do have Mozilla. Oh, I do have 4.0. Oh, okay. This one triggers me. Normally, most of the penetration testing tool, most of it start with 4. Most of it, this is what I see the pattern, but that one you can customize actually. Alright? It's okay. Just go through, see. Okay. Is there anything? Go through. Oh man, can we just sort? Okay. Just double click up there. User agent. Alright, thank you. So we have Mozilla 4.0, 5.0, Mac. What else do we have? Look for something. Is there anything? Okay. Alright. Sounds interesting. The hosts are changing. The user agent are changing. Okay. Starting from here. Can you guys see? Just scroll. Is there any difference? Right. So, apply as a column, right click, that's it. Okay, you guys are okay so far? Anything? Test or ABC. Nikto, has anyone used Nikto before? Nmap, those are regular tools that we use to test our network. But from the Wireshark kind of thing, you can table up this one. Alright? Okay. So is there any HTTP only or what? See the host. Now you can do some sort like profiling. This is the best part. You can profile. If let's say people use Nmap, what kind of signature? Do you guys do like manipulation on the emerging threat rules kind of thing, IDS, IPS kind of thing, or you just pass everything to vendors? Everything, we just subscribe to the service. Just pass to vendors, right? Alright, but you need to know the basics. Alright. So now, what if thing doesn't work? So these are the things. You see, what are the tools that from www, FTP, demo, beta? This is automated tools, right? You guys okay? Okay, alright. It's kind of silence. Okay. So what else do we have here? Is there anything yet inside this trash file? Anything? Pardon? What's that? They do OWASP Zap. Oh, okay. How do you know, sir?
One of the testing strings that they use is hopefully this doesn't exist.
Okay. Alright.
And you can see that.
Okay. From the URI, right? From the HTTP, from the URI, if I'm not mistaken. Right.
Set a filter of http.request.method equals get.
Okay. That's a good tips. Thank you. HTTP request method get. Okay, those are the things. GET. So get is something you want to pull from your PC, from your desktop. You want to pull information from the servers. How about post? You are uploading something to the web server. Or whatever. Alright. So those are the basic get post. But what if you see some head? HEAD, right? Is it a normal? So those are the things. So now let's see if we can get this get. Okay, I put it right click, apply as a column. Okay, now we see. Oops, where are my columns? Ooh. I'm not interested at user agent. Hang on. Just turn off. Okay, get. Aha. Oh, this is nice. isn't it? So is it a normal for typical users to query this kind of statement? I don't think so. Right.
So what is it that they're trying to do?
Fast traversal attack where you find combinations to get to ETC password and other common files.
Common files. This is what we see. Most of the common, normally people attack on the web server, right? So this is what I do some profiling. I see, oh, these are the common things. So once you table up that thing, how about post? Try to have a look. Do we have a post?
Are they hoping that they'll gain access to it
Oh, yes.
because it's unprotected?
Unprotected. But now, if you can see, let's say for example, this etc password, right? If I right click, follow as a HTTP stream, am I getting something? Maybe 404 not found, something. They don't have a response. If they have a response, definitely we can see. Or maybe we see like previously it's 404, right? So 404, yes, it's good that you see that some of the file is not there. But be very careful with the path. What kind of file they are requesting. That kind of thing. So they are looking at URI. Okay, that's good. Query parameter, for example, just right click, apply as a column. Yep. Oh, okay, these are the query parameter. When you have like information too much, okay, make it smaller. Alright, put it here. Get request, I'm not interested. I know that. Okay, so these are the parameter. So let's see, we filter back again. Okay, now, okay, hang on. Let's try to dissecting. Now looks interesting. Is it? Ooh, traversal. User login. Wow, okay. Somebody get admin, custom. So learn all these attributes. See all these attributes. And then when you know this attribute, how are you going to do? Try to replicate. Try to find the people. So you have a pattern. Alright.
There's a lot of HTTP bad requests.
Yeah, bad request. Bad request. 408.
Yeah, do HTTP response.code greater than 299.
Okay. Okay, let's do this. Let's say first, HTTP request response. So, yep. Okay, down here. Okay. HTTP response code more than 299. Perhaps. Okay. We have, hang on, oops, let me remove, do I have, sorry, equal, thank you. Okay, okay, not found. How many are there? Not found. Host is not, because it is a HTTP request, so I'm taking off first. Alright, so we have not found, move, prohibited, so this kind of messages, this kind of attribute that we want to have a look. You need to have a look. We can sort it, just double click, or you can use statistic. Remember, we have statistic. I clear this one first. Then we have statistic. We have HTTP, for example, packet counters. Oh wow, this should be the first one we do, right? Counter statistic. So sometimes you get carried away. So there are many ways, many possibilities you want to use, right? So we can count based on this. Well, how many errors, how many prohibited, how many bad requests, how many success. Oh, there's a trace, there's a profile, there's a post. Can we see what kind of post? Right? Can we right click? Sorry, no, it doesn't work on the statistic. Maybe a feature request would do, right? So we can see post HTTP request. So for those, you don't need to remember all this kind of field. Type as you go. It will automatically match. Thank you for the developer for doing this. Those times we got to know one by one. During the ethereal day, I got to remember every field. That's why I go through every single line. You have 10,000 rows. Okay? So now, now, when you know what you are going to do, don't try this at hotel. I don't find any Mapletree have a RJ45. They are very lucky. Although I have a taps. I don't have any connection. So basically, I love to see what's happening at the background. Right? What's happening? As long as they have RJ45, I have a tapper. Just tap it. See how things works. All right. So now, okay. Turn on the SharkFest. This is during the SharkFest in Asia. Okay. So everybody turn on this SharkFest. So now I'm seeing some IGMP. So IGMP is what? IGMP version 3, multicasting, IPTV. IPTV. Can we watch the free channels? Yeah. Who knows? Give it a try. See, open up the packets. Open up. SharkFest Asia. Okay. Right. Do we still have time? What time do we end? 2:40. Pardon? 2 minutes. 8 minutes more. Okay. All right. We're good to go. But at least this session gives you some practical, hands-on, what field needs to be added, what field. It's okay to make mistakes. Just apply. I think during my first time, I think hundreds of columns I applied. Just do it. It's okay. It's open source. If it's crash, reload. Just accept the fact. It's not open source. You can't ask for more. Right? Unless you pay for the service. Nah, it's not open source. Use it. Okay. So what can you find in SharkFest Asia? What can you find? A lot of requirements. Yeah, you see, when you capture so many packets, right, those are the common things that have, of course, ARP. You must have ARP, right? Because what? We live in the Ethernet world. You must have ARP. You must. Can I disable ARP? No, you can't disable. How do you do that? Because I have that kind of question. I don't like ARP. Can we encrypt ARP? No. It's again RFC. There's no RFC to encrypt. Is there RFC?
Yes.
Is there? Has been approved?
Yes.
Seriously? I don't know. Okay, that's good. Thank you. No, I can't remember. ARP 823. 826. Okay, somewhere. All right. So let's open up SharkFest Asia. Let's open up. Let's see. Okay. See, we have spanning. Oh, I love Cisco boxes. We have we have spanning tree. Okay, we know what is root. We know what are the topology change. Can you flood the topology? All right. Oh yes, it's correct. This is what we are looking for. Router solicitation. Oh, what else do we see? Oh, turn off this color. Sometimes color makes me can't see. Solicitation. Google Chrome. What else? Oh, 72. Oh, duplicate. I saw some duplicate. Interesting. So duplicate either purposely, unintentionally. There are so many things. That's why when you talk about security, right, there is no direct answer. There is probably, maybe, I think so. Those are the common words that you will see. When I do some solution, right, yes, I see that. I see the potential. So there is something is not right inside your setting, inside your network or whatever. Because Wireshark, please remember, Wireshark is a packet analyzer. You just see whatever you configured, you can see. It's just like listening to the ambulance, the siren, right? What does it tell you? Is there emergency? Is there ambulance are coming or what? You cannot see what's inside the firewall, but you can see the patterns. Okay, what else? Duplicate IP address. Doop. What else? Just run through. Doop. This fella is running ARP spoofing or what? Chances are, where is my ARP? Okay. Is it the same? The same person? The same MAC address? 55%. Wow, that's a huge.
Overall, just doing a hard scan.
Pardon, sir?
The right-hand side is changing.
Okay.
Just the left-hand. So he's just doing a scan.
This is the up scan. Okay. Thank you, sir. Maybe up scan. Why do you need an up scan? You need to know what are the devices available. Is there any response? If you see that when you ping, maybe system block or something. So those are the combination. Okay. What else? Another thing that I normally, okay, can we go to the statistic protocol hierarchy? If there is a text data, so right click, apply as filters. So when you see this data, right, this is something, okay, by default it is turned off, if I'm not mistaken. Show data as text. So this one you can apply to your packet challenge. Oops, spoilers. Okay, all right. Okay, so these are the tips. When you see something that data stream, right? I do not know what's happening, but I believe that something is telling me the stories. Luckily, I think I learned from Tony. Right click, protocol preference, show as a data text, and then right click, apply as a column. Oh, okay. It gives you more information. Data as text, show data. When you see that protocol that has the data, so it must be some messages or what, I'm not sure. But there are. What kind of beacon are running here? Wow, there is encoding SOAP. What else do we see? This guy, Windows PC, it is flooding. Open sensor, what kind of application? I do not know. But there must be a signature for it. So always right click, apply as a column. Those are my tips, my tricks, how to do packet analysis and start doing. Okay, do we still have time, right? Okay, just to let everybody knows. Okay, so these are the things that I did Google up search. Okay, beacon name. These are the BlueStack. I think some operating system, and then Spotify. I saw some Spotify messages. These are the, I think, wristband or something for the exercise. Right? Oops, sorry. Okay. So don't try this at home. I know you guys have a tabs. Bring back your tab to your network, your DSL cable modem or whatever. This is what I do at my home. So it's kind of like surprisingly. I thought they are running on chat, but we are running on PAT. Password authentication. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. And then the best part is what? I noticed they are running AO2.1Q. All right, AO2.1Q. What you do is that you create a sub-interface for Mac, for Linux, for Windows. You are able to be part of their infrastructure. Oh, okay. Hang on. This is the best part. Is you got an IP address, you join their domain. All right. So I'm not sure whether I can go back home safely because this is the first that I release here. Hopefully. Okay. So Huawei, they're using lots of Huawei there. So go ahead, man. You got an IP address with the /192. Wow. Okay. Good luck. And then some more, I noticed that they are running OSPF. Just imagine OSPF without authentication. Okay, this is where that you don't flood your OSPF until to the land users. So when I receive that information, I am able to participate or to join. All right. So now, of course, the evil start to come in. So right now, use whatever like GNS3 or if you have routers, just connect to the network, configure, and you have full routes inside your home. Awesome. So what do you do after that?
Did you start advertising networks?
It's better to shut up. No more for the comments. All right. So don't carry this, the tabs. All right. Don't carry tabs. All right. Okay. So there are so many things. I think for the authentication, all right, so don't bring tabs. These are the things that I think we do that. Even the penetration tester, I did some interview with the folks. This is me doing some interview with the candidate. They are hacking, try to hack my network and so on. I said, no, you got to understand first the infrastructure. Stop blasting without knowing. So these are the important things that I tell every security tester, understand your infrastructure first. So you can do on your own, all right? There's lots of activities. Okay, cookies. Are there cookies, anyone? You saw there is a trace file. For those running Big 5 servers, for default configuration, this is what I can see. I can just download the cookies, the Python decoder, then automatically will reveal your private IP addresses. So spend so much time on the understanding the behavior. Spend so much time. At least you understand. For those who need more PCAPs, I think my friend NetResec, there's a lots of tools available out there for those who want to explore more and more. Oh, by the way, do you know that Wireshark have security features like ACL kind of thing? Oh, this is good for you guys who want to build up a rule. For example, I don't know how to build up a rules kind of thing, right? So just imagine this one. There is a tools called Firewall ACL rules. So if you have net filter, IP table, iOS or something, so it creates. This one's kind of like, okay, it's good. At least for you guys wants to have some basic rule, basic connectivity. You can use this. All right. So just a quick one. So okay. Hang on. So all right. Curiosity is important. That's why I think this is my son doing some drawing. The cat is hungry, help the cat to reach the milk. So that why you need to go, you just go directly. So it's kind of give you some, okay, that's a good thinking, way of thinking. So develop the thinking, develop the process, keep an open-minded, okay, ask so many questions, right? All right. So don't forget, all right, so that's it. Me from Malaysia, Maher Adib. So anything you can just email for me. Don't forget to submit your feedback. All right, so I appreciate so much. So hopefully in next SharkFest, maybe I want to do something like on the penetration testing or something combined with Wireshark. So hopefully we have a lot of time to go. All right, thank you very much for your time. Thank you.